pass through. And talking about the legacy, that is a discussion also want us to have with the Executive Director of Global Peace Foundation, that is Daniel Juma. Thank you so much, for joining us here on KTN News Center. When you talk about the president, former President Daniel Arap Moi, what do you remember him for?
Thank you, Brenda. And first, I want to send my condolences to the family and all the Kenyans who grew up under Baba Moi, as we fondly know him. Most of us who grew up in the Nyayo era remember Moi as a father figure, as someone who loved education, someone who dedicated most of his time, most of his resources to raise money, to build schools, to buy school buses. Moi traversed the country. He was a president who was always traveling, throughout the country in the rural areas, to be able to, to conduct harambes, to be able to build schools. So for me, even though I was very young, when Moi came to power, but I remember during that time, the Nyayo philosophy of peace, love, and unity. So when Moi came to power after the death of the first president, Jomo Kenyatta, he announced that alikuwa anafuata nyayo za Mzee Kenyatta. So in everything that he did, he was saying that everything that he was doing, he is taking, on from where Kenyatta left. And based on that, he was able to actually stabilize the country. Here was a man who was taking over, from the first president, and it is him to announce the death of the president. So, yeah, I remember he had to be sworn in and then, announce the death of the first president and then, start arranging for the state funeral of the former president. So we remember Moi as someone who stabilized the country, stabilized the nation after the death of President Kenyatta. And also you have had, and since I'm someone who is passionate about peace, people used to say that Kenya is an island of peace in turbulent regional waters. That peace that we know Kenya about is directly attributed to Moi. He ensured, throughout his reign, that the nation was peaceful. And I remember very well, he said that a stable nation, is attractive to development. It's only a stable nation that can bring in investors. When you have peace, you can have all the other things that you need, to move the country forward. And
when you talk about peace, it reminds me of his common statement, siasa mbaya, maisha mbaya. You need to have good politics so that you can have, a stable economy. Taking us to a fast commercial break here on a KTN News Center. But shall be right back with Daniel Juma, the Executive Director at the Global Peace Foundation.